Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mercury in the 8th House series. I hope you watched that Mayan video that I made last night, which was to literally enlighten you on the biggest secret of our doomsday theory. But anyway, so Mercury in the 8th house. What is 8th house? 8th house is your family or married life. It's dealing with your in laws, it's dealing with the family of your spouse, it's your joint assets with the family or with your spouse, and how well those joint assets will be. It is the house of occult and secrecy because occult and secretive matters are hidden underground. So knowledge of the underground. Okay. Eighth house is a house of government taxes, government secret policies. It's a house that you cannot control, that you have no control over. This is why it's a house of sudden events, sudden surgery, sudden accident, sudden death, sudden this. So all the things that come suddenly, okay, including good things, like suddenly winning a lottery, suddenly getting a house, suddenly getting that job. It's just sudden events that we're not prepared for. So you bring Mercury here, who's your intelligence, your communication skills, your logical mind, your intelligence. It's your speech, your writing skills. All of these things in the eighth house shows somebody, first of all, who can be an expert in the um, writing ability of the tantric siddhi, of the occult science. They have the communicative ability of digging things from the deep and communicating it with other people. So obviously, gurus of esoteric studies, of mystics, are seen with this placement. But in regular life, this can be somebody who uses their intelligence to dig deep underground, which means what? Let's personify this. It means somebody who's a detective, somebody who's a CSI agent, somebody who's an investigative person of digging for clues, digging for this, and finally finding the answer as to what happened. Archaeologist, paleontologist, people who dig deep to learn something, to observe something, to analyze something, because this is all about analyzing data. And it comes with the intelligence of somebody who could be in the oil industry, because with, let's say, Mercury and Mars makes a person like an engineer, okay, somebody who may be into computer engineering or engineering in general. And this can make somebody who is working in the oil industry, because oil is underground. So they use their intelligence on how to get oil up on the ground. Now, if let's say Mercury is debilitated, then it can show somebody who is doing the same thing but at much lower level, like a dig ditcher, somebody who goes out into those gutters in the street and fixes the things in there. That can seen from it, but obviously debilitated Mercury can also get in each bhanga, Raj Yoga, and they can be doing something much more higher than what they're doing currently. But here, the intelligence and the logical mind goes into digging for things. It goes into, let's say, like a ambulance or emergency doctor in ER, because he's using his intelligence to help somebody, to dig deep into the surgical procedure. But obviously, Mercury has to be in the sign of Scorpio or in the sign of Aries in order to really be in that field of medicine. But as far as like, skills of communication is concerned, they can make one of those writers who write about darkest things, like quote the raven nevermore, or somebody who can write about the books on astrology, mysticism, black magic, white magic, gaining tantric siddhi, talking about kundalini and meditation. So the intelligence goes into just digging for things. That's where your really analytical skills comes into play. Your mind might be somewhere else, but your intelligence is all about digging for things, picking things that other people cannot see. Now, Mercury's nature is of like a prince. He's a messenger. It's that youth within us. It's that child within us. So in the eighth house, as much as Mercury is curious about digging for intellectual things, dealing with the family issues can be troublesome, because family issues are not as intellectual for Mercurian energy than to go out there and dig on the field on a dinosaur's bones. And so here they can become very critical and very immature, in their approach to the family or married life, which can obviously, lead to trouble in marriage. Because, Mercury in mind is everywhere. But when it's in the eighth house of such a dramatic house, they are just digging for the truth. They're digging for their whole intelligence, and their communicative ability goes into the deep philosophical things of life. And so that's where they might find some hidden treasure through the eighth house and realize that marriage is not what it seems to be. Marriage is not something that I really want to enjoy. And so it can create some problem in a married life. But if Mercury, let's say it's in a good position, it's exalted, or it's in his own sign of Gemini, it shows a lot of communication through with your in-laws, a lot of back and forth communication, whether written, verbal, or oral, written communication. But again, when it comes to the communicative ability, these guys should put their mind towards the depth of things if they really want to be good at writing or speaking. If you want to do public speaking with this position, try to dig deep into things and then bring them out. And that's where people, will enjoy you more. And this can make for a great spy. A spy can be seen from this, because a spy requires to be intelligent. You have to be smart enough to not be detectable and digging information for your government. So those are the things. And then from the eighth house, Mercury looks at the second house of what? Of speaking ability, mouth, ability to your throat, your family history, family lineage, your hoarded wealth. So Mercury does help in those things. Mercury can, by digging deep of their family history, they learn about their family. Their ability to speak enhances, because then Mercury not only is a significator of speech, it's looking at the house that requires people, it shows people's ability to speak. So Mercury becomes very communicative with the in-laws and with the family. Now, if it's debilitated, then your community, you will have a very miscommunication with the family and your in-laws. And you'll just be thinking about digging deep, but you'll never dig deep. You'll procrastinate a lot. Your speech style would be very ununderstandable with other people. It'd be like, what are you talking about? So that's a situation that comes up with this Mercury placement. So guys, this was my analysis of Mercury in the 8th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below, above, wherever you see that subscribe button, because I'll be making more videos like this. And if you want to know where your Mercury is placed, check out the link below. Check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below at the link. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up, all you chaos lovers? So make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And please share my channel with all your family and friends who are in love with astrology. Because I'm the man when it comes to astrology, okay? So make sure you do that. And I will see you tomorrow with another cool new video, okay? Sorry, I love my coffee spiked. Woo!